Hey guys, my name is Nathaniel Tapia, back at it again at the interview room. I'm here with David Abonza.
What's up, Nathaniel? Hey, everybody.
He is going to be my guest today for episode 4. Today we are going to be talking about life before marriage and after marriage, correct?
Yeah.
He's going to give me like his testimony, what he went through, his struggles, anything like that, how he got to the position where he is right now. Married, how long? Since June, I believe.
No, it was in April, so that's about April. Man, I don't want to count.
April,
May,
May,
July,
June,
August,
July.
September, October, November. 10 months.
10 months?
Yeah.
About 10 months? 10 months they've been married to Lexi Abonza. So Lexi, if you're watching this.
Hey, Lexi. I love you.
But today we are going to be talking about the life before marriage and after marriage. So just to start off, as always, how was your day today?
Day's pretty good. Had a good Sunday service. It's been these past couple of services have been just I don't know. They just been really on fire lately.
On fire recently?
On fire lately, and just I've been seeing a lot of new faces at church, so that's a good sign. We're on the right track.
I keep on forgetting that. Today was like
a
lot of people came. That's like a good thing too.
Yeah, the past couple of Sundays is all the chairs have been really getting full, and I'm happy,
Okay, that's good.
And you?
It's been all right. Been pretty good too. Like how you said, the preachings and all that, the sermon, and new people, new faces that we see. I think I heard that some of them are just like visiting, and then some of them are like, congregating here new.
Yeah.
Like as new people.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, that is a good thing. But if you want to go ahead and start or talk about life, marriage, and everything like that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we can go ahead.
All right, let's go ahead and start off. Again, don't judge me. I got my questions on my phone. All right, we're going to divide this up in sections. So we're going to do life before marriage, and then later on I'll do after marriage, and we could go off topic if you like.
Okay.
So first question, as always, what were your goals before you got married or when you were single?
So before, obviously, I'm going to put this in perspective before I even dated my wife now. When I was single, I mean, I want to say, my goal was like to be like, keep pursuing soccer, see if I could go pro and this and that. And that was pretty much it, honestly. Like, that was just like, okay, like, I'm going to try to go pro. I'm not thinking about no plan B, no plan C, nothing like that. And pretty much just keep going to the gym and just trying to go pro, really. And just basically, just things on myself. I didn't ever think like, man, like, I'm getting older. I need to start thinking like, what if I don't do this, and what if I don't do that? And which it did start coming into effect once I got like 11th grade, 12th grade. I was like, man, I'm like, what if I need to think of something that I'm gonna do, just in case
like a backup.
I don't make it, and then Lexi came along, and then I just like, man, like, honestly, like, I think I'm gonna stop like pursuing that. But other than that, before, when I was single before I got married, my goals were just basically just whatever, becoming a professional soccer player, and just whatever came along, I was gonna try to do that or whatever.
And would you say still being a professional soccer player is still your goal, or you changed that up a little?
I've changed that a lot. I mean, I think I stopped doing that ever since I would say after I graduated. I was just like, man, I look at like soccer players now, and I've just thought like, man, like if I went pro and if I was just super famous, I'm like, yeah, you get all the money, you get all the fame, and just like, a lot of people know you, a lot of people admire you. And then I'm just like, could you still live a normal life?
Yeah.
After that, I mean, and that doesn't just go for soccer players. You could go for singers and famous bands, famous in general.
Yeah, just famous in general.
Could you actually be normal? And I was just like, man, I'm kind of glad that I didn't keep pursuing that, and like, I've just came to realize, I guess I've matured, and just thought more into like, obviously my marriage and dating Lexi, and led me to where I'm at today.
Yeah. Now, the change of you going like pro or anything like that, was that when you got married, or were you like in a relationship with Lexi?
Whenever I was dating, when we were dating, I was, well, no, actually, when we were dating, whenever it's like 11th or 12th grade, I was just like, man, I was just like, do I really want to become a pro or like try to become pro?
Mm-hmm.
Then obviously, if I failed or succeeded, if I failed, I was just gonna be like, just do whatever probably I'm doing now.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I was just like, I just stopped and I was like, well, let me just, focus on like my other lives. And I came to realize, that there's a lot more to it than like, than just, becoming famous and having a lot of money. Because I was just like, man, I would think like, man, if I become pro, will I ever have time to go to church, or will
Mm-hmm.
I would
Yeah.
have to put God to the side, and I
Yeah.
can't do that, But yeah, I feel like that's whenever it started like hitting. Which I mean, I did go to college, like technical college after I graduated, and that's whenever I was just like, no, it's just like, I just want to stay here.
Yeah. Stay here. Well, got married 6 months. You said 6.
10 months.
10 months.
Yeah, 10
10
months.
months married, and it's going good for you, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah. I mean, I think I'm 21. I mean, I'm pretty young. I think. Well, I am young,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah. I mean, a lot of people tell me I'm was too young to get married, but I don't think so. I think marriage is a beautiful thing, and it's very fun
Yeah.
because like you go like you live with your parents 18, 19, 20,
Yeah.
however long you stay with your parents, and then you go and you make your own home.
Yeah. You
And
go live alone
yeah,
and
you live
everything. Make your
alone.
own life.
Like yeah, you still talk to your parents, but they're not like when are you coming home, or where are you going,
Mm-hmm.
or well, like I need you here, I need to do this, I need to do that. You're just like in your own world
Yeah.
over there.
Yeah.
Obviously you still see them and everything, but it's just
It's different.
yeah.
That's like
But
a
it's
different.
cool though.
Yeah.
It's cool though.
It's cool. Okay, the next question I'll ask you is, did you ever think about getting married when you were single or in a relationship and saying to yourself, this is the person I want to spend the rest of my life with?
I would say yes. I'll probably like start from like way back and then come to like where made me think that I wanted to get married. So like I would say like the beginning of high school, I was like I would I had like a couple girlfriends, and then like after a while like I would like I stopped talking to them, and then I was just like talk to girls again, then just
Yeah,
stop.
stop.
And I remember I would see my friends like much in higher grades, like 12th and 11th, and I was like 9th and 10th. Then I would tell them, man, I'm like, how do you last so long with a girl? Like, how do y'all been together for 2, 3, 4 years? I'm like, how do y'all do that? Like, I can't see myself doing that. And if I'm with you, and if I ever encounter them, I'm like, they can tell you, like, man, yeah, David used to
Date a lot of girls.
well,
or-
no, not that.
Like-
No.
Or talk, talk.
They would be like, dang, David was the one that was saying like, how could we be with a girl for so long, and that he could never do that.
Oh.
Like that's what I would tell him.
Yeah.
Man, I could never see myself doing that. I guess because I just thought that there wasn't like a girl that would like,
Mm-hmm.
make me feel like secure and like sure that she was the one. And then after they graduated, me and Lexi started talking in 20, 2018, like around that summer. And I started talking to her, and well, she rejected me on the first try. And I've told a lot of people the same story, that she rejected me, and then we had talked for a month. She had friends on me actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
And we always laugh about it and we bring it up. And then I still kept talking to her, and then it was like in the summer of 2018, and then by August, I remember we were on our way to lunch, and I asked her out, and then yeah, that was August 13th
Whatever.
of 2018 that we started dating.
Okay. Just finally, what?
Yeah.
One rejection, and yeah.
Yeah, but I remember telling myself, I went a little bit too quick, that I was like, man, like I would just think, like, man, like I'm ready to settle down. I'm not just, I want somebody, like I was thinking about in the long run, like somebody to come home to. I don't want to be 25, 26, just talking to several girls and just,
Having options.
Yeah, I wanted just one person for me, and I'm for that person too, and that's it. And I don't know. I guess it was God. It was God
Yeah.
that brought Lexi to my mind, and I was just like, man, I'm like Lexi's very beautiful and very nice and outgoing person, and I'm like, and think about this. We grew up together here in this church, and basically knew each other, practically
Yeah.
knew each other all our lives, but we never actually really talked. And I was just like, man, I'm like, she's been there all this time, and I never decided to talk to her. I guess because I was more outside of church than in church. I guess that was probably the answer, but I mean, it's God's perfect timing.
Yeah, that is. Um, that is actually really good. That story that you gave of you and Lexi, that's really good. Another question, this one's going to be now after marriage, is how has your perspective or life changed ever since that you got married?
My perspective, it's changed a lot. I mean, because if you compare me from right now, 21 years old, married, been coming to church a lot, and then back to like I was like 15 or 16, and I would come to church, but I wouldn't sometimes I would come, sometimes
You wouldn't
I
include
wouldn't come.
yourself.
Yeah, and like I wouldn't involve myself in any of the activities or anything like that. I would just like stay like more out, I guess. And like Lexi always tells me like she sometimes messes with me like, oh, you always thought you were too cool and this and
Oh,
that.
wow.
And I was just like, and I look back now and I'm just like, man, she is kind of right. I did think I was too cool or something.
I
And
feel like y'all formed your own group right there, and that was the group that, I don't know, y'all went out and everything.
yeah,
A cool group.
yeah, and then now I think I'm like, man, like I was kind of dumb. Like, well, I wasn't kind of dumb. I was dumb. I was like, I should have been involved myself in church because I guess I'm super involved now. Me and Oscar are casa leaders, and
That's good.
and I never thought, if you would have told me like years ago, oh, you're gonna be a casa leader, you're gonna be in the youth group, you're gonna be married to Lexi, and you're gonna be doing this and that, I would have been like, man, you freaking crazy or something. Like,
Yeah.
I just, man, it's just But you were talking about the mindset, right? I gotta
Yeah.
live off topic.
No, you're good. You're good.
My mindset now, if I could see myself now, 15, I would be like, nah, like, don't do that.
Yeah.
Like, get more into God. Read more, study more, come to church more, try to involve yourself because there's no better path than this. That path that I was doing, like, I was on, I wouldn't say, it wasn't something super bad. Like, I wasn't, like, into, alcohol or nothing like that. But I wasn't on the right path.
Yeah.
I was just basically,
You were on a different path.
what do they call those? Like, I think they call them lukewarm or something like that. Christians?
Lukewarm Christians.
Yeah, like I was like I knew I was Christian, but I wasn't being like a.
You didn't want to like accept that you were and
like
all that.
like I was like, if people ask me like you're Christian, but like I wasn't actually living the Christian
Yeah,
life.
the Christian life.
So I would tell we'll go back to that. I would tell myself, get involved in church, go to church, do this and do that, hang out with them, stop hanging out with those people, because eventually I would probably turn into them or something like that, because
it was
they're
just-
not they
yeah.
didn't go to church at
Yeah.
all. They didn't go to church at all, and I would go to church, but I'm glad I'm here now.
Yeah. Wow. I'm gonna ask you. I'm not sure if this fits into the before marriage or after marriage, but how did it feel when you? Well, I would say probably after. How did it feel when you had to tell your parents that, hey, like, I'm in a relationship, or hey, I'm getting married, or like, hey, I'm leaving, like, I'm like settling on my own life and everything.
Yeah.
Like, I gotta move out, move on.
Well, I mean, oh man, that did kind of suck,
Yeah.
Like, when you get married, you'll see, like, man, like seeing your dad every day, seeing your mom every day, your siblings. Well, my siblings, they're a lot older than me, so
Yeah.
it was really just me and my parents. Well, whenever I told them I was in a relationship, I mean, they were happy. I mean, they saw a good girl in church, nothing like that. It wasn't something like, oh, like don't get with her
Yeah.
or something like that. She's not good for you, this and that.
Mhm.
I mean, what she did, spoke for itself. She didn't really have to do much. They just knew that she go to church. She always go to church and everything. She was good person. But well, we dated, all that time, and then once I told them that I wanted to get married, but they were just like, I'm pretty sure like every parent, like, are you sure? Like, you ready to get married and this and that. And by that time, I would work. I would work a lot. I started working when I was like 14, 15. I would work in building cargo trailers, and I had already got a taste of that. I guess since then I started working, I got a taste of that adult life because after I started working, my parents didn't make me pay no bills, but I would pay for everything that's mine, like my clothes, my shoes, my
Yeah.
phone bill. So I got a little bit of taste of that, how it would be the adult. So I feel like I was kind of prepared. And a lot of people did tell me like, man, you're pretty much well prepared. I mean, you work, you got good work ethic and just very responsible. And I've always been the type of person that I want to work for something. I don't want it just
Yeah.
like my parents like just to give me something,
You
and
want to work for it. Like you
yeah,
want
that
to
way
work
I
hard
could.
for it.
Then that way I get like a taste of it. That way, when I'm an adult, because I knew one day I was gonna leave my parents' house, that I would be ready for that. And well, given that, I started working really young, and then started dating Lexi since 2018. Then we got married in 2022. So I mean that's
Four?
7 years, ain't it? No, wait.
22.
Yeah.
No, 7 years is 2025. 2018.
Oh yeah, what the heck? Man, my
4
math is
years.
too much.
4 years.
I'm too over. 4 years. Yeah, because we had just been 4 years, and then we were gonna be 5 this year. Yeah, so I was so sure, and I was just like, well, once I told them that, they were just like, oh, so are you sure and this and that, and I was like, yeah, like I feel ready, I feel ready, and my my heart, and I didn't get like any bad gut feelings or anything like that, and I knew that, and she knew that, so we were just like, let's get
married.
Let's get married,
Wow.
because that was like the idea. Once you graduate, and then like you go to school or whatever, you're just like, man, like, what's next?
What's next?
What's
Yeah.
next? Like,
Yeah.
I done did everything, I just time to settle down and, because when you're in school, you're like, oh no, like I can't. I guess I can see how that could be a distraction.
Yeah.
Because you could feel pressure from like your home, like paying bills or worrying about this, worrying about that, just stuff like that. So I guess being out of school, graduating college, you can
Just, think about what you want to do in
Yeah.
your next.
yeah, and then just you have no worries from school
Yeah.
or nothing like that. You're working, you're pretty much stable,
Yeah.
and then
Like you don't have any like homework that you have to worry about, anything
Yeah,
like that,
like,
stress, assignments.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then you're just ready to settle down, and that's what happened with us, because we were planning on, well, wanting to get married before that, but I was just like, nah, I'm like, let me at least finish school, and I finished school, I worked for a while, and then that's whenever I proposed, and then the rest, we got married and everything.
Okay.
But I
next-
do miss my parents.
You do miss your.
I do miss my parents.
I mean, you still see them.
Yeah, I still see them, but
Yes.
it's just like,
It's different. It's a different life.
yeah, it's very different. Like,
Mom doesn't cook for you anymore.
yeah, I mean, no, Lexi and my mom, they cook good. Yeah, my mom cooks certain things that Lexi might not know, but Lexi still cooks really good. So, I mean, it's not like, my mom still says, hey, y'all come eat. And then sometimes Lexi's mom be like, hey, y'all come eat, I cooked this. So it's pretty much still there. But it's like, yeah, I miss my parents. Like, it's not like one of those, you fall asleep on the couch and then you wake up in your bed
Yeah.
type stuff anymore.
yeah.
You can't look forward to that anymore.
Unless Lexi's strong enough to pick you up and put you in bed.
She might be. She's pretty strong.
Órale. Órale. Okay, the next question that I'll ask you is, how do you maintain a healthy relationship with your wife spiritually?
Oh, spiritually. How do we maintain a healthy relationship? I would think there's. I know this might sound. How could I put this into words? It's not. I guess repetitive, because I know we hear our pastors and bunch of preachers. They be like, "Oh, study the Bible, read the Bible, pray, and this and that," and this really like, it's really those two, like those two answers really to a healthy relationship, because that's the Bible literally gives you everything, like how to face life's challenges and everything. So I mean, I would say reading the Bible, praying, um, and just communication, because man, communication really is key. And I feel like there's no better way. Like this is could be like advice for you for when you're gonna get married or just anybody in general. Try to get to know the person before you get married.
Yeah.
That way you can see their like the flaws that they have. You could say, I know I have my flaws, and Lexi learned that about me too, and I learned the flaws about her. I feel like the 3 or 4 years that we had together, because I would basically see her every day. We'd spend a couple hours together, and I feel like I learned who she really was. So by the time that we were married, like it was just like, oh, like I know who
Yeah,
you are
you know
already.
who you are.
I know who you are already. It's not like I'm gonna find something new,
Yeah.
like new about you and stuff like that. And obviously we just incorporated more like reading the Bible and praying and fasting. We did the fast together this year together, and man, it was tough.
It was tough.
Yeah, I would always text her and I'd just be like, oh, like I'm so hungry already and this and that. Like,
You did food, I bet. You did.
Yeah, I did food, and I think I can't remember if it was the last 2 or 3 days. I did the just water fast, like no food at all, and that was tough. And I'm gonna give her credit because she beat me.
Oh.
Yeah, she beat me.
Okay.
But I feel like it's just reading the Bible together, and praying together, because we pray together, and just communication and finding out who like I think finding out who she really was before we got married helped out a lot, because if like let's just say I found something out about her and I didn't like it,
Yeah.
in the time that we were dating, then I mean we were just like I would just be like, nah, like I don't think you're the one for me or something like that.
Yeah.
Because imagine if we would have just dated for like a year and then got married the next year and then
Yeah.
find out who she really was and have to divorce or anything like that. But thank God,
Yeah.
we did things right, and I feel like prayer and reading just helps us a lot. I mean, we slack off, but I mean, we got to get back to where
Get
we're
back on
at.
the path. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. To wrap it up, this episode we're gonna go pretty quickly. Is was it I wouldn't say tough on you, but was it surprising, like how you were saying that her flaws and everything, that she told you your flaws while you were dating? Was it like surprising, like, oh, like I didn't know like this about you and everything, like shocking to you? And how did you handle it?
Well, I wouldn't say. I mean, honestly, she didn't really have much flaws. It was probably me, the one that had the more flaws than her.
Well, we'll flip the tables. How did she handle your flaws that you had told her?
I mean, she handled them pretty well. Cause I feel like if she wouldn't have handled them pretty well, we probably wouldn't be together. Right?
That's true. That's true. But who knows? Most people take it well.
Yeah, I mean, she took it well. I mean, maybe she might have been upset, but I mean, we worked things out, and that's where I think communicating, is really good. I think I mean, she probably wouldn't want me to say this, or she probably don't care. But we had broken up for like a month because I was just like, I guess you could say like just
like something
like
happened.
I was just like getting like really like off track. Like I don't know. I guess I just wasn't focused and just like not paying attention to her and stuff like that. And we broke up for a month, but I feel like that helped us a lot. I'm always gonna remember because it was my birthday month, and for my birthday she gave me a Bible.
Oh, aw.
She gave me a Bible and some cookies, I remember. And I just feel like that just gave me time to like, like, man, like, she's right. why am I doing this? Why am I being like that?
Mm-hmm.
Just stuff like that. And I just, you could say that I put my feet on the ground and recognize that I was wrong and that I need to, get myself right, or I'm going to lose a really good woman,
So.
But yeah, she didn't really have much, and it was me.
Yeah, it was mostly
It's
you.
mostly me.
It's always the man. It's always the man. But that's us. That's
Yeah.
just us. But overall, another thing probably I would say is trust. You have
Yeah.
that trust.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
me and her. Yeah, we have. Yeah, I trust that girl a lot, a lot. And probably people think I'm crazy, but it's just that, all this time, we've always given each other that reassurance, and like, we don't have to like honestly, Lexi's never seemed the jealous type, and me either, really, because after, I would say after really, like the first year we dated, like it was good, it was fun and everything, but I feel like after that first year, like we actually like started like truly falling in love. Because I mean, you could tell anybody, "Oh, I love you," and you don't really love them.
That's kind of fake and everything. Yeah.
And like after that first year, like we truly like man, like we actually started falling in love, and then we started building that. And if that first year we felt pretty good about each other, and then just the other years it just got better and better, and just, man, I trust that girl with my life.
Wow.
I'm for real.
That's good. That's good. And well, to wrap it up, guys, David Abonza, his testimony about life before and marriage, and just a little advice for everybody, like just focus on God, focus on yourself, correct?
Yeah, focus on yourself
first, and then maybe, who knows, ask God, maybe send a person, who knows, send a person that you're looking for.
I would say love yourself first, before trying to love somebody else, because it's not gonna work. They say self-love is the best, and once you truly find out like yourself, you can look for somebody and just, I would say, get married, because you don't see a lot of people get married these days. Marriage is a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Don't listen to what anybody else tells you.
Just focus on yourself and put trust on God, and He'll guide you the way. So, episode 4, David Abonza, life before marriage and after marriage.
Yep.
Have a great day, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Peace.